Hey guys, so we are going to be reacting here, giving my first impressions on the new character revealed for Dragon Ball Legends here. This is going to be recorded on my phone via screen recorder. I did a test recording before this, and it actually didn't sound too bad, but you never know what happens on the back end of YouTube once the video processes and uploads and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys can understand what I'm saying clearly, and it's not too bad in terms of the quality here. I am out of town, so this is really my only option right now, but so there was a Dragon Ball The Breaker stream today to celebrate the game's first anniversary. Of course, they showed off new characters for Breakers, new systems, new updates, a lot of that stuff. And then they actually had other Dragon Ball games come in and show off upcoming information for those games as well. I guess it's just a way to promote those games or promote the Breakers in the same stream to have people that don't play Breakers actually watch the stream, which is a pretty smart idea, I guess, right? So they had Dokkan, they had Xenoverse 2, and then of course they had Legends all show up there. And I would actually say that out of those three games, Legends probably showed off the most significant announcement, right? We had Dokkan showed off stuff that we pretty much already knew was coming to the game anyway, and Xenoverse 2 really didn't show off any new characters. So yeah, Legends I think showed off the most significant update or new content coming to their game. So to start things off with, we do have an EX Metal Cooler, which I guess is actually what the teaser yesterday was for, which is a bit weird to me. I mean, I mentioned in my video at least that there is a possibility it could be Metal Cooler. I don't really know if I like that. Like honestly, if this was going to be Metal Cooler, they could have done way better hints than that. That didn't really make any sense to me. I said there was a possibility. I mean, that's the faucet was the big Getty star, and then the individual droplets were Metal Coolers. The reason why it makes no sense to me is because this is an EX Metal Cooler. This is a Metal Cooler that has a copy and paste animation set from the green Metal Cooler that we had, 3 years ago? 4 years ago, however long ago that was. So this is not a character that's going to be having like multiple Metal Coolers. There's no Metal Cooler army animation. It's the same green EX or the same Metal Cooler animations that we had from the green one years ago. All right, whatever. So this is the EX Metal Cooler, which means that we're going to get a sparking on the banner, which is the LF, which we're going to talk about in a second. But this is another banner where we're not getting a 1% sparking, right? It's just going to be the LF character. I've mentioned in the past before, obviously, that I would prefer if they didn't do banners where it's just the new LF character and not, not including at least one other new 1% sparking character. But I guess we can make an exception for this one because this is going to be the final banner before Legends Fest. And I guess they're just diverting and, allocating their resources and development time to the Legends Festival characters, which I guess makes sense. But let's take a look at what we got here. So we have Metal Cooler, then we have a Fierce Showdown in the Other World. These are just screenshots that I took from the stream. As you can see, it has the amount of people watching the stream there. We have Will Be Reborn, Legends Limited PyCon, and It's Over Janemba, I've Come For You, Super Gogeta. So this is going to be, I'm just going to call him Legends Limited Super Gogeta, but technically, if you want to be super technical about it, it is a PyCon that revives into Super Gogeta. Revive the Super Gogeta and fight on. And then he has this, obviously, this is actually the first Super Gogeta that we have that does like the one-to-one anime Soul Punisher animation. Because if you guys remember back to the very first Super Gogeta we got was the red Super Gogeta. His ultimate actually is not what he does in Fusion Reborn. That is a Legends original animation. It's actually an animation that they copied from Heroes, believe it or not. That animation is they took that animation and they copied it from, it's literally a one-to-one with what they've used in Heroes before. But that was not, from the anime. That was not from Fusion Reborn. And then we got the green Gogeta, who of course doesn't even have an ultimate. And then we got Ultra Gogeta, who also doesn't have the anime version of the Soul Punisher. So this is... This LF animation, this Soul Punisher LF animation is technically the first one-to-one with Fusion Reborn Soul Punisher animation in the game. So this is his LF, of course, and then there is the splash image. Can I zoom into this? That's not what I want. I can't zoom in. Okay, so while we're recording, I can't zoom in, understood. All right, there we go. Well, there's the splash image. It's a little bit small just because of, unfortunately, the technical limitations that I have right now, but there we go. And then here is the alternate art for Gogeta. We have the theme song from the Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn movie, Saikyo no Fusion, in-game for a limited time. Of course, you guys, I'm sure if you guys hear this, you'll know what it is because you've probably heard it a million times, but we actually have not had this OST play in-game before, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then here is the final image that just shows a bit more information about the character. We actually don't have like kit information about this character yet. I mean, they're definitely coming out on Tuesday. That's for sure. So I imagine what will probably happen is Monday, I guess. Monday is when they will put out some information. I mean, they're going to publish the kit on their website at some point. I just don't know when that will be. Typically, when they do reveals, it is the day before the character releases, so I imagine Monday will be when we get the full kit published on the official website, and at that point, I will make a breakdown video for the character. But I think there's two important things to notice about this guy, just from the limited amount of information that we have here. We have a green defense type. It is about time. It is certainly about time that we get a monstrously strong green character. And the good thing about this being like sort of like a PyCon Gogeta character is if it was just PyCon, he would have like 0 teams, right? That's always been one of the bigger issues with PyCon is when we got Red PyCon, he had no team, right? You ran him on like mono red or like red green or whatever it was at the time, right? And he had no place to be ran. But now, of course, because he's paired up with Super Gogeta, he has Saiyan, Fusion Warrior. And of course, he's on movies too, right? So, I mean, he looks pretty. I mean, I'm not really particularly excited to use the PyCon side of this. I'm just gonna say that right now. He's gonna go ahead and die, and then you revive into the real character, into Super Gogeta. It's funny because Dokkan kind of has a similar character to this, but they like you can't play as Gogeta in Dokkan's version of this. Their version of this character is it's only PyCon, but then in PyCon Super Attack, Gogeta appears. Like you don't actually get to control Gogeta. At least with the Legends version, we can actually play with Gogeta. Something else I guess to quickly mention as well is that this is the first character that revives into a different character. Like if you guys think about all the revived characters we've received up until this point, I'm not going to be able to name all of them off the top of my head, but we have like Revival Purple Gohan, we have Revival Cell, we have Revival Blue Goku, we have Revival UI Goku, we have Revival Frieza. So like every single Revival character that we have gotten up until this point has been the same character reviving into themselves, but like a powered up version of themselves or a different version, different form, different power up of themselves. This is the first time where we're getting a character that revives into a completely different character, right? It's going to be PyCon, and then he just basically just dies into Super Gogeta. And I think him being a green defense type is a really, really good thing because we have been struggling massively against Ultra Super Janemba. I mean, the past like 2 weeks has definitely been a rough meta. This has not been a particularly good meta, I would say. I think one of the main reasons why Ultra Super Janemba has been as strong as he's been is, again, I mean, he's just a ridiculously powerful character on his own, but the main reason is just because we have gotten no greens. I mean, this entire year, we got Ultra Rosé, and then they gave us, Revival UI, who's not bad, but he's not as good as he should have been. We got Orange Piccolo, who's, again, good, but not as good as he should have been. And then since then, we haven't really gotten any like significant green characters. I mean, we got like 23rd World Tournament Goku, who just is a slave to the Dragon Ball team, which you're not going to run. And so, it's about time we actually get a really powerful green character. I'm actually really, really hoping this guy is like busted ridiculous. He kind of has to be too, because they're not going to release a legend. Like, even though this does have Super Gogeta in it, the character that you're seeing is technically PyCon, right? When you look at the card, it is technically a PyCon character. I don't think they're going to release a PyCon, Legends Limited PyCon, that is not good before as the bait banner before Legends Festival. So what I'm thinking they'll do is they'll probably make this character unbelievably busted This will serve as the main way to deter Ultra Super Janemba's ridiculously broken, gauge plus ultimate combination. And this is going to be the key to not getting instantly slaughtered by Janemba. So that's pretty much all the information we have here. Again, these are just screenshots that I took from the reveal. You guys can go watch the reveal for yourselves. There's a few animations they play from PyCon and Gogeta in there. It looks good. It does. And I think, at least in my prediction video, I did get the LF character correct. Right? I did think it was going to be a Super Gogeta, and it looks like that's what they're going to do here. And this is actually pretty interesting for the Fusion Warrior team. This is the last thing I'll mention here. The Fusion Warrior team, how they've been handling that team pretty much since Legends Fest 2021, so almost 2 years ago, is they just wait for the big celebrations, aka Anniversary and Legends Fest, and they just give the same character, but just updated, right? I would argue that Ultra Super Gogeta, Ultra Super Vegito, Ultra Gogeta Blue, and then Ultra Vegito Blue, they're all the same style of character, right? They're all just offensively based. Maybe the only slightly different one is Super Vegito, because he has a more of a defensive style with his endurance and stuff like that. But give or take, they're all essentially the same type of character. And so the biggest thing that the Fusion Warrior team has been suffering from for the past 2 years is the lack of role-playing characters on their team. Characters who support, characters who are just designated tank characters, characters who glue the team together like an LF17 type of character. And so with this revival character now coming out with PyCon/Super Gogeta, I think this will actually be a really powerful addition to the Fusion Warrior team. And so if we get a Fusion Warrior during Legends Fest, which I think is probably pretty damn likely considering the track record, this might be a must summon for Fusion Warrior mains. This is a very important release. This is not just your typical, beat stick Fusion Warrior Ultra release. This is a character that you're probably going to want to have on your Fusion Warrior team for many years to come, potentially. We'll see how they do this character, but him being green as well, really good addition, I think, as we have 0 good greens in the game. Let me know down below what you guys think of this release. Again, we'll have the kit probably come out on Monday, and I'll do a full breakdown at that point. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.